Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're getting up close with the Sacred Crafts Grande Mer diver. Completely made out of reclaimed and recycled materials, unlike the Triwa I reviewed that is made out of plastic and quite cheap, this one uses more exotic reclaimed materials with the price going up quite a bit. The Grande Mer is the first model of the Sacred Crafts brand and comes with a Swiss-made inscription thanks to the ETA 2824 used to power it. The movement beats away at 28,800 bph, comes with both hacking and hand winding, and in this case even comes with a customized rotor. All this is visible through the exhibition caseback. The movement, the caseback, the sapphire crystal, and the part of the buckle are the only non-recycled materials used on this watch, while the rest is made out of old ships. The case and bracelet are made out of bronze that came from old propellers, while the dial and centerpiece of the bracelet, on this variant at least, are made out of wooden parts of salvaged ships. The giant box this came in is made out of the same wood. From distance, it is not that obvious, but once you get up close, you can see the grooves and the shabby worn look of the wood. Honestly, I didn't think I'd like it, but I do. These come in 4 variants, with this one called Hua Hin and La Grande Mer both being completely made out of recycled materials, and 2 called Dark Seas and Kudmai made with some recycled and some new materials. The prices vary from $12.99 for the simple 2-tone Kudmai that comes with a regular black dial and a combination of steel and bronze, all the way to $19.99 for the La Grande Mer that is full bronze like this one, but instead of wood, uses a terrazzo compound made out of fishing nets, creating a translucent effect. This bronze and wood variant is priced in the middle at $15.99. All of these are quite high for a startup brand, but just like the Triwa I already mentioned, buying this you're only partly paying for the watch, and partly you're making a donation to help clean the oceans and recycle. So it is not just a watch, but a statement. Now, as a watch, it really draws attention. It is not particularly beautiful, and I have been told by a few people that it is downright ugly, but usually when I wear a watch that I'm about to review, no one notices it nor comments. With this, almost everyone at my work and people I hang out with asked me about it and asked to see it up close. The only other watch that had this effect was the 26+mm thick Spinnaker Picard, for obvious reasons. I personally disliked the design at first too, thinking it looks weird, but after spending some time with it, it kinda grew on me. I still don't think it is beautiful, but it is definitely interesting. The bezel has an organic seashell vibe to it, while the case with these grooves on the sides looks like a prop from the new Dune movie. If it was made in steel, the design definitely wouldn't work. It is the color and patina of the bronze that makes the shapes look right. Being the first bronze bracelet watch I have worn, I expected a lot more of that black residue on my wrist, but luckily it really is not that bad. I mean, yes, you will get dark spots when you sweat, but it is less than some bronze watches on straps I wore, so they might have treated the bronze on the underside to reduce staining. I don't know, but it's definitely wearable. Even the size, at 44mm in diameter and 53 lug to lug, somehow wears okay, even though it should be way too big for me. Still, it would look better on someone with at least a 7-inch wrist, rather than my puny 6.7. Well, that completes this week's review, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.